Good evening, everyone. R.Rios, and I will be presenting on the film Lost in Translation by director Sofia Coppola, released in 2003. This film brought a lot of questions to the surface for me. It's not unlike anyone else that watches it. I can't wait for you guys to partake in this. It deals with excess lifestyle and underlying, I guess, figurative language that is in our everyday environment. And we see this in the movie setting as well as the characters, which brings me to Tokyo. The opening scene is an interesting one, which involves Bill Murray, one of my absolute favorite actors. Here he's seen as like an actor, and a director's trying to give him directions, but of course it's coming at him in a different language, that being Japanese. He has a translator there, and the translator just cannot get the director's words through to English to Bill Murray to be translated. That's kind of where you get your name for the movie Lost in Translation. And there we begin with the main question um, of awareness, especially with our characters, because that's actually what brings our two main leads together, is this self-awareness of their environment. Tokyo sort of represents like this mask, this hologram for choice, if you would. Think of choice in Exis as a concealer. McGowan puts it as it's excess conceals absence. And when we really think about that and apply it, it's very strange to think about it that way. And this is actually the basis of their relationship. Bob, this is Bill Murray's character, meets Charlotte, and this they're both married men and women. And Charlotte is she just has the same type of lens that Bob does. That's actually what leads to its shortcoming, and they both know this. What's based on the relationship, as well as their surroundings. It's excess in its shortcomings, the promise of plenty, what we see in capitalistic structures, and which is actually what I think the director Sofia Coppola is alluding to in her critique of capitalistic global economy. Even I think I could bring up the example of the vast amount of products we have at our will, our whim, every whim. We have any kind of car, any choice of vehicle, choice of hair care products. You can do whatever you want with your clothing, but it's therein that hidden meaning, where it's the banality of those choices and the ultimate reality that the choice at the end of the day doesn't mean anything. Um, Walk into the grocery store, and if your only mission is to get toothpaste, you're going to see several brands that promise different things. And those same brands will promise even whiter teeth, even fresher breath, with different claims each year, leading to a chain of dissatisfaction. When does the choice uh, give way to giving reason for freedom? It's almost again a holographic image of that a satiation. You know, um, One thing I learned, especially with Bob and his family, is their relationship is of excess as well. This can apply not only to like the commodities that we have available to us, but our family as well. And his wife, for example, sends him those carpet swaths, and she is trying to give him that satisfaction of being a part of the relationship and the choice, but he just cannot bring himself to make a decision, as the underlying banality and the mundane task of actually having to make a decision that means nothing at the end of the day, he can't bring himself to do it. He realizes it. It's a self-conscious lens he has that brings him to ultimately show you what we want isn't what we truly want. It's again, we've spoke about this before in Orson Welles' Citizen Kane, where the object of desire is only desirable until achieved or seen or witnessed, and by the two main leads, they're already witnesses from the start. They're the odd ones out, and more elegantly, in the final scene of the movie, we see the director take a real hard direction in technique, and she allows us to see Bill lean in and speak to Scarlett Johansson's character, but we don't see or hear what he says. And I think Todd McGowan says it a lot better than I can on page 62 here. And I quote, "At this moment, Bob and Charlotte come as close as one come to the other's object petit a through the act of missing it, just as we experience the film Object Petit A when we see but cannot hear Bob's revelation. The act of missing the object, experiencing the object in its absence rather than its presence, provides the moment at which one most authentically knows the object petit a." I like to think about this more and hear what other people have to say because this was an interesting movie to watch, and thank you.